So we've just arrived in Puerto del Carmen in Lanzarote. Here it's about 24 degrees, something like that, but it feels like 30. And today we're going to be walking, you've just seen the background there, from Puerto del Carmen to Puerto Calero. So let's go. It's going to be all along the coast. So we're going to follow that pathway right the way up to those hills. I just wonder how anything can grow in this volcanic soil, but it does a bit, which makes me wonder, why am I so rubbish at gardening if this can grow here?
Today we're taking one of the most scenic coastal walks on the island, from the bustling resort town of Puerto del Carmen to luxurious marina of Puerto Calero. The walk is around 3.5 kilometers, taking roughly 45 minutes to an hour at a leisurely pace. As you leave Puerto del Carmen, you'll immediately notice the contrast between the lively bars and restaurants and the raw beauty of Lanzarote's volcanic coastline. This path, known locally as the Paseo Maritimo, is perfect for walkers and cyclists alike, although starting off from Puerto del Carmen, there are some big steps to get up, but I think you can get round them if you want to. Did you know that Lanzarote's entire landscape is shaped by volcanic eruptions from as recently as the 18th century? These rugged rocks are remnants of those eruptions, and some of them have even been used in traditional Lanzarote architecture. Here's a tip. Always bring water, a hat and sunscreen. You know, the Australian slip, slop, slap? The Lanzarote sun can be deceptively strong, especially in winter and on cooler days, and there aren't any shaded or many shaded spots along the route. If you're lucky, you might spot dolphins or even whales out here in the deeper waters. This stretch of the Atlantic is known for its rich marine biodiversity. Keep an eye out for these natural rock pools. At low tide, they become little oases of marine life, tiny crabs, colourful fish, and even the occasional sea anemone and starfish. And here we are, Puerto Calero, known for its upmarket vibe. This marina is home to luxury yachts, stylish boutiques, and fantastic dining spots. It's the perfect place to reward yourself with a cold drink or a nice coffee after the walk. For a real taste of Lanzarote, try a glass of Malvasia wine, the island's signature white wine made from volcanic vineyards. You won't regret it.
And we're going to take the boat back. The boat is a one-way ticket, is €9, and it takes about half an hour. And the boat actually has a glass bottom, and it stops at one point, and you can go and look. Maybe I'll have a look. I don't know. But it's a nice little trip on the way back. Beautiful walk here. Lovely weather. 1st of January, can't be bad. Let's go on the boat trip.
So, whether you're looking for a gentle stroll or a chance to immerse yourself in Lanzarote's natural beauty, this walk is a must. This is an easy, flat walk following the coast all along. It's very, very good and well-maintained footpath. It's about 15 kilometers and it will take you about 3 hours at a steady pace.
So this, in Arrecife, is a famous sculpture. Well, it's a sand sculpture. I don't know how famous it is, but it's Jesus and the octopus. By the looks of it, there's an octopus there. Anyway, this is from the top of the Blue Bar in Arrecife. You come up to the top 17th floor, and you have this nice view all around. But they should clean the windows. So a nice view right the way across to Fuerteventura in the distance. And then over to Playa Honda is over there. And the other side is Puerto del Carmen and Tias on the hill. And the volcanoes. Very nice view. Mind you, you can see why they do put a warning not to go in the water, because it doesn't look really inviting. It's gorgeous. This is a little islet just near the port of Arrecife. It's a bit windy today, but very nice and warm. As you can see, volcanoes are always in view in Lanzarote because it's a volcanic island. And we're going to go over, hopefully, to see the port. But whenever they can, they like to do these little pools of stuff. And they've had to put signs to say no swimming. See in the port over there some cruise ships, and I think that in the distance is the fort which would have protected Arrecife. We'll go and check it out. I'll have to go right the way around. And these have just been created for here, but they actually use these to grow stuff on the island because it protects from the prevailing wind. You see these little holes dug out and a vine put in it in the vineyard country, and you wouldn't believe that the vines could actually grow in this soil, because this is the soil they use, and it's all this this sort of volcanic gravel, and that's it. But not much grows else. These sort of, I guess you call them succulents, like cactus type of things, these grow in some places, not everywhere, but that's about it. There's hardly any grass on Lanzarote, at least. It's made of volcanic rock cut into bricks or block sizes, and over there just on the other side, I think that's the port. Well, it is the port, but I think that's the fort that guards the port. There you go, that's what I wanted to say.
Arrecife is the capital of Lanzarote, an island steeped in history, as we will see and as we have seen, and shaped by centuries of maritime trade, exploration and defence. Arrecife means reef in Spanish, which takes its name from the volcanic rock formations that line its coast. And these natural defences made the area an ideal settlement for early inhabitants, shielding them from pirate attacks that plagued the Canary Islands during the 15th and 16th centuries. At the heart of Arrecife's history stands the Castillo de Santa Bárbara. Built in the late 16th century, the fort was constructed to protect the island from frequent raids by pirates, including the infamous Berber corsairs from the North Africa. The original fortress, built in 1573, was made of wood and proved insufficient against pirate attacks. And following a devastating raid, King Philip II of Spain ordered its reconstruction in stone. The new fort, completed in 1599, featured a robust design with thick walls and a commanding view of the coastline. The Castillo de Santa Bárbara became a symbol of Arrecife's resilience, and its strategic location allowed the town to grow into a thriving port, attracting merchants and settlers eager to take advantage of Lanzarote's trade routes. Today, the fort is home to the Museum of History, where visitors can explore artifacts, maps, and displays that narrate the story of Lanzarote's rich and turbulent maritime past. And Arrecife continues to blend its historic charm with modern vibrancy, from pirates to prosperity. Arrecife and its fort stand as testament to the island's enduring spirit and fascinating heritage.
And it's a little sort of port. Well, yeah, it's a little port with lots of restaurants and bars. It's quite nice because Arrecife is pretty, well, unremarkable really, and this is quite nice, even though it's not sunny today. Yeah, so as I was saying, it's called Charco de San Ginés. That's really nice. It's a whale skeleton of an 11-metre young female weighing 8,000 kilos, stranded in the island of Tenerife in 1995. And it's called a Rorqual tropical. So it's a real one. There you go. And that basically is Arrecife.
Hidden beneath the rugged terrain of Lanzarote lies a breathtaking secret, the Cueva de los Verdes, a natural wonder formed by the island's fiery volcanic past. Over 3,000 years ago, the eruption of the Monte Corona volcano created an intricate network of lava tubes stretching over 6 kilometers towards the Atlantic Ocean. The Cueva de los Verdes is one of the most remarkable sections of this vast tunnel system. Throughout history, these caves served as a refuge for the island's inhabitants, offering protection from pirate invasions and natural disasters. In the 16th and 17th centuries, locals would hide here to escape the threat of marauding corsairs and pirates. Today, Cueva de los Verdes is a must-visit destination, drawing visitors from around the world. Expertly designed lighting accentuates the cave's otherworldly beauty, revealing its unique formations and vibrant colours. Guided tours offer an insight into the geological forces that shape these tunnels, showcasing lava stalactites, smooth rock walls, and hidden chambers with remarkable acoustics. One of the most fascinating features of Cueva de los Verdes is its natural auditorium, where music performances take place, creating an unforgettable experience with the cave's natural acoustics. And of course, no visit is complete without discovering the cave's most famous secret. An awe-inspiring illusion that has intrigued visitors for generations, and I'll let you discover that secret. Cueva de los Verdes is more than just a geological wonder. It's a journey into the heart of Lanzarote's history and natural beauty. And don't miss the chance to explore this subterranean masterpiece. Buy your tickets in advance and you will only be able to do the tour with a guide. You just can't go down there. So get there early and get your tickets early because it does get very crowded.
This is the Fundación César Manrique, who was the person who actually put Lanzarote on the map in terms of culture and art.
Nestled amidst Lanzarote's volcanic terrain lies a cultural gem, the Fundación César Manrique, a tribute to the island's most visionary artist and environmentalist. The Fundación is housed in César Manrique's former house, which is a unique architectural masterpiece that seamlessly integrates with the surrounding lava fields. Built in the 1960s, it embodies his philosophy of harmony between nature and human creation. Inside, visitors can explore a fascinating collection of Manrique's artwork, including paintings, sculptures, and designs that reflect his deep connection to Lanzarote's natural beauty and cultural heritage.
So César Manrique wanted everything to blend into the environment, and as you can see, even his dog blended into the environment.
César Manrique was not only an artist, but also an advocate of sustainable development when it really wasn't a thing. His vision helped shape Lanzarote's unique aesthetic, emphasizing environmental conservation and responsible tourism.
You can actually see there in that lava field the shape of the molten lava as it ran down from the volcano. And here it stopped.
One of the Fundacion's highlight is its breathtaking design, featuring volcanic bubbles transformed into living spaces, lush gardens, and artistic installation that showcase Manrique's creative genius. Through exhibitions and educational programs, the Fundación continues to promote Manrique's ideals, inspiring new generations to embrace art and environmental stewardship. A visit to the Fundación César Manrique offers a profound insight into Lanzarote's artistic soul and a deeper appreciation for the delicate balance between nature and human creativity and ingenuity. César Manrique was born in 1919 in Arrecife, Lanzarote. As a child, he was captivated by the island's dramatic landscapes, volcanic craters, black sands, and endless skies, and this connection to nature would shape his life's work. In 1945, he moved to Madrid to study at the San Fernando Academy of Fine Arts, where he immersed himself in painting and abstract impressionism. His talent flourished, and soon his work was exhibited in cities like New York and Paris. During the 1960s, Manrique spent time in New York, where he absorbed the energy of the contemporary art scene. But despite international success, something was calling him home: the raw, untamed beauty of Lanzarote. In the late 1960s, Manrique returned with a mission to protect Lanzarote from mass tourism and uncontrolled development. He saw art and architecture not as separate from nature, but as a way to enhance it. He worked closely with the local government, designing structures that blended seamlessly with the environment, from Jamios del Agua, a natural lava cave turned cultural center, to the breathtaking Mirador del Rio, a viewpoint sculpted into the cliffs. Manrique's vision reshaped Lanzarote. His influence extended beyond grand designs, and he fought to preserve Lanzarote's traditional architecture, banning high-rise buildings and billboards to maintain the island's unique charm. But Manrique was more than just an architect. His paintings, sculptures, and kinetic wind toys added vibrant energy to the island. His belief that art should be accessible to all and exist in the spaces we live in. César Manrique died in a car accident on September the 25th, 1992, just near the Fundación César Manrique in Taitiche, Lanzarote, the very place he transformed into a cultural and artistic centre. Ironically, Manrique had spent much of his life advocating for careful, sustainable urban planning and had worked to reduce the impact of cars and uncontrolled tourism on the island. His tragic death marked the end of an era, but his influence on Lanzarote remains deeply ingrained in its landscape and cultural identity. Today, Lanzarote remains a UNESCO Biosphere Reserve, a testament to his vision of sustainable beauty. More than an artist, more than an architect, César Manrique was a guardian of nature. His life work reminds us that true beauty lies not in conquering nature, but in living in harmony alongside it. Manrique's spirit lives on in every lava tunnel, every whitewashed house, every wave that meets the shore of Lanzarote. César Manrique didn't just create art, he helped the world to see it.
We're in TEGUISE at the moment and we're going to go up to there, which is the Castillo Santa Bárbara, which, you know, in English is probably Barbara Castle, not to be confused with Harold Wilson's Secretary of State for Education, Barbara Castle. I don't think it's the same one, but we'll check when we get to the top. So that's the road we're taking up there. Looks quite a way, but should be a nice view from the top.
Perched high above the historic town of TEGUISE, the Castillo de Santa Bárbara stands as a silent guardian offering a window into Lanzarote's fascinating past. Originally built in the 16th century, the castle was constructed as a defensive stronghold to protect the island from relentless pirate invasions that plagued the Canary Islands during the era. Strategically positioned on the Guanape volcano, the castle provided an excellent vantage point to spot approaching threats from the sea, allowing the local population to seek shelter within its fortified walls.
It's about a 1.5 kilometre walk. It's all climbing, but as you can see, it's tarmacked. And I think you can bring a car up here, but we've been twice and it's been closed to cars. There's a barrier at the bottom, but it is a nice walk. A bit tiring, but it's nice. So we've walked up from here. There's a place you can park. This is TEGUISE, and on Sunday there is a market, a big market, lots of tack and stuff like that, but there's also handcrafts, which is quite okay. But the walk up is all uphill. There's not a flat bit. And, well, I'm nearly there now. But it is worth it. It's a shame today's a little bit misty. There's a bit of a heat haze across there. But it's very nice. So the castle is actually built on top of a volcano. And this is part of the crater of the volcano. And just on the side is the castle of San Barb.
Today, the Castillo de Santa Bárbara houses the Pirate Museum, offering visitors a captivating journey through Lanzarote's turbulent history. Exhibits feature artifacts, maps, and stories of legendary corsairs who roamed these waters. As one of the oldest settlements in the Canary Islands, TEGUISE and its fortress remains a testament to resilience and ingenuity of its people, preserving Lanzarote's heritage for future generations. A visit to Castillo de Santa Bárbara is a step back in time, where history and legend blend seamlessly with Lanzarote's stunning natural beauty. The walk to the top is quite easy. but it is all uphill all the way. There's no flat bits. So if you have mobility difficulties or mobility problems, then this may not be the best place to go. But if you can get there, it's absolutely fabulous. And it says that it's closed. I think it's closed on Saturday, but it's on the sign. But we went there when it was supposed to be open, and it was actually closed. And there were some more people at the top who were also a little bit disappointed because the Pirate Museum was closed and you couldn't get into the castle. But the walk is brilliant and the view is fabulous. As we leave TEGUISE, we're going to take the road to Janubio, which is a beach, a black sand beach. And also there are some saline, salt pans. As you can see, the road is fabulous. All of the roads in Lanzarote are very, very good, in very good condition. And they're not massive, great motorways, but they're very, very good. And you go through some, as we said, some beautiful, beautiful countryside, dominated by the lava fields and these fabulous volcanoes, which change colour, apparently, as you will see, in accordance with the light. On the rugged southwestern coast of Lanzarote lies a place where nature's contrasts come alive, Janubio Beach. A striking blend of black volcanic sand, turquoise waters and golden salt flats. This unique destination is a testament to the island's volcanic origins and its enduring connection to the sea. Janubio Beach is more than just a shoreline, it's a living canvas painted by the forces of fire and water. The black sand, a reminder of Lanzarote's volcanic past, glistens under the sun, creating a dramatic contrast with the vibrant blue of the Atlantic Ocean. Here the waves crash with a rhythmic intensity, carving the coastline into ever-changing shapes. As you stand on the beach, gazing out at the horizon, you can't help but feel a sense of timelessness. The salt flats, the ocean, and the volcanic landscape all tell a story of resilience and adaptation. It's a place where the elements converge, creating a harmony that feels almost otherworldly. Janubio Beach is also a haven of wildlife. You'll see many wading birds, herons, egrets, etc. in the water and around the stones looking for shellfish. And seabirds soar above the waves, while the salt flats provide a sanctuary for migratory birds. The interplay of land, sea and sky creates an ecosystem that is as fragile as it is beautiful. At sunset, as the sun dips below the horizon, Janubio transforms. The black sand glows with a warm, amber hue, and the salt flats reflect the colour of the sky, sometimes violet, sometimes orange, sometimes yellow. It's a moment of pure magic, a reminder of the quiet power of nature. The story of the Salinas de Janubio begins in the late 19th century, when the demand for salt was at its peak. Built in 1895, these salt flats were once the largest and most productive in the Canary Islands. For over a century, they've harnessed the power of the sea, the sun, and the wind to produce salt in a process that is as simple as it is ingenious. Lanzarote is a land forged by fire and shaped by the raw power of the earth itself. The island, one of the Canary Islands off the coast of Africa, is a living testament to the immense forces that lie beneath our feet. Its dramatic landscape, carved by centuries of volcanic activity, tell a story of creation and destruction, of resilience and rebirth. Millions of years ago, Lanzarote emerged from the depths of the Atlantic Ocean, born of molten rock and fiery eruptions from volcanoes. But it was the Timanfaya eruptions of the 18th century that truly defined this island. Between 1730 and 1736, over 100 volcanoes erupted, spewing lava across a third of the island. Rivers of molten rock consumed villages, reshaped the land, and left behind a surreal, otherworldly terrain. Today, the legacy of those eruptions is everywhere you look. The Montañas del Fuego, the Mountains of Fire, stand as a stark reminder of nature's power. The lava fields, known as malpais, stretch endlessly, their jagged, blackened surfaces a testament to the island's fiery past. Yet, amid this seemingly barren landscape, life somehow finds a way. Hardy plants and resilient ecosystems have adapted, thriving in the volcanic soil. Driving through Lanzarote's lava fields is like journeying through another world. The road winds through a sea of volcanic rock where every twist and turn reveals a new marvel: craters, lava tubes, and formations that seem almost alien. The air is still, the silence profound, broken only by the whisper of the wind and the crunch of tires on volcanic gravel. As you navigate this lunar landscape, it's impossible not to feel a sense of awe. The sheer magnitude of the volcanic activity that shaped Lanzarote is humbling. It's a reminder of the Earth's power, its ability to create and destroy, and the delicate balance that sustains life. Lanzarote is more than just an island. It's a living museum of geological history, a place where the past and present collide. Its volcanic heart beats on, a reminder of the forces that continue to shape our world. So, as you drive through these ancient lava fields, take a moment to reflect on the incredible story they tell, a story of fire, resilience, and the enduring beauty of nature. Driving through the Timanfaya lava fields in Lanzarote is like stepping onto another planet, and a lot of people call it a lunar landscape. This otherworldly landscape, shaped by fire and time, is a stark reminder of the raw power of nature. As you navigate the winding roads, you're not just passing through a volcanic desert, you're travelling through history itself. And the Timanfaya lava fields were born from chaos. Between 1730 and 1736, as I said, over 100 volcanoes erupted in what is known as the Montañas del Fuego, the Mountains of Fire. It must have been absolutely terrifying, but a magical spectacle to see. Rivers of molten lava flowed across the land, burying villages and turning the terrain into something very, very different. Today, this area is part of Timanfaya National Park, a protected zone that covers 51 square kilometers of volcanic wilderness. Now, in the Timanfaya National Park, you cannot drive in there. You can go to the visitor centre, but afterwards it's guided tours or you go by coach. But as you drive, you'll notice, and if you get out and walk somewhere, you can't always walk in the national park, by the way, and drones are not allowed either. You'll notice the ground is still alive with geothermal activity. Just beneath the surface, temperatures can reach up to 600 degrees Celsius, hot enough to ignite dry brush or boil water in seconds. At the park's restaurant in Timanfaya, the El Diablo, chefs use this natural heat to grill food over volcanic vents, a unique culinary experience that's as fascinating as it is delicious. And here's a fun fact. The lava fields are so barren and lifeless that NASA once used this area to train astronauts for lunar missions. The black, jagged rocks and desolate terrain mimic, apparently, the surface of the moon, making it a perfect place to practice for space exploration. But don't let the starkness fool you. You'll notice that there's lots of lichens and in some places some cactus and other really strong plants. But as you continue your journey, you'll pass by towering volcanic cones, ancient lava flows, and craters that seem to whisper stories of the island's fiery past. It doesn't take a lot of imagination to imagine how it actually was. The road ahead's a ribbon of asphalt cutting through a sea of black, sharp volcanic ash. It leads you deeper into the heart of Lanzarote's volcanic soul. On the rugged southwestern coast of Lanzarote lies El Golfo, a place where the forces of nature have created a landscape of breathtaking beauty and mystery. This half-submerged volcanic crater with its emerald green lagoon and dramatic black sand beach is a must-see destination for anyone visiting the island. El Golfo's story begins over 300 years ago, during the violent volcanic eruptions that shaped much of Lanzarote. The crater was formed when a volcanic cone collapsed into the sea, leaving behind a semicircular bay, and over time, seawater filled part of the crater, creating the stunning Laguna de los Clicos, a lagoon that shimmers with an otherworldly green hue. But what gives the lagoon its green, vivid colour? The answer lies in a unique combination of minerals and microorganisms. The water is rich in olivine crystals and home to a type of algae called Rupia maritima, which thrives in the salty, mineral-laden environment. Together, they create a spectacle that seems almost surreal. Here's a fun fact. The black sand beach, El Golfo, isn't just visually striking, it's also a treasure trove of semi-precious stones. Olivine, a green mineral found in volcanic rock, can often be spotted glinting in the sand. Known as Lanzarote gem, it's a small but beautiful reminder of the island's volcanic origins. El Golfo is more than just a natural wonder, it's also a place of cultural significance. The nearby fishing village, also called El Golfo, is known for its fresh seafood and traditional Canarian charm. Local restaurants serve up dishes like pescado a la sal, which is a salt-crusted fish, and papas aragudas, which are the wrinkled Canarian potatoes, offering a taste of the island's culinary heritage. As you stand on the cliffs overlooking the lagoon, you can't help but feel a sense of awe. The contrast between the green water, the black sand, and the red volcanic cliffs is a masterpiece of nature's artistry. It's a place where the Earth's raw power and delicate beauty coexist in perfect harmony. Lanzarote experienced one of the longest volcanic eruptions in recorded history. For 6 years, the Earth shook as lava poured from the ground, reshaping the island forever. In 1730, when the volcanic eruptions began, the population of Lanzarote was estimated to be around 10,000 people. The 6-year-long eruptions devastated the island, forcing many inhabitants to flee. A significant portion of the population emigrated, particularly to other Canary Islands, mainland Spain, and even Latin America. And by the end of the eruptions in 1736, Lanzarote's population had drastically declined due to displacement, loss of farmland, and harsh living conditions. It's estimated that more than 30 villages had been buried under lava and ash, and thousands of people lost their home.
And this is Arieta, I think is on the west coast. It's very, very quiet compared to around Arrecife and Puerto del Carmen. The sea's quiet today as well, and I think I saw some ospreys hunting in the water, because there are ospreys around here. I've seen them in Orzola, where we're going to later. There's this funny house. It's funny in as much as it's very different to the other ones, because most of them are very low, square, white houses. This one's quite a big one. Don't know what it is. Yeah, this place is very, very different to the other more touristy places. It's very quiet. Today it's low tide, and from the top of those hills there, or mountains or whatever you want to call them, they do a lot of paraponting. I bet they get a fabulous view. The sea's really quiet today. Normally it's quite, well, it's surf this side, but not today. Very, very quiet and low tide. So this is a restaurant in Arieta called Los Pescaditos, and it's a fish restaurant, as meat as well, but it's so cheap, it's unbelievable. I'll just show you the menu quickly.
Hace frío, porque eso te como toda la cáscara. Y para estar con un radiador seco así.
There you go, it's dirt cheap. Really, really nice view, and it was very, very good food. I'm coming back tomorrow, I think.
but only an estimated 50 to 100 people perished, though the true number may never be known. But before the eruptions, Lanzarote was a fertile land covered in rich pastures and grain fields. Farmers cultivated wheat, barley and figs, while livestock grazed freely. When the eruptions ended, everything changed. The land was covered in volcanic ash and traditional farming was no longer possible. Yet, the people of Lanzarote adopted, here in Geria, a new way to grow crops, digging into the ash and using volcanic rock to trap moisture. This method turned Lanzarote into one of the most unique wine-producing regions in the world. And as we reach the northern coast, the island softens. The whitewashed village of Geria and Arieta stand in contrast to the dark volcanic fields. This part of Lanzarote is greener, with palm trees swaying in the Atlantic breeze.
So this is in the north of the island, where the weather always seems to be more dramatic than anywhere else. I love it. And this is called Caletón Blanco. And over there, the houses you can see is Orzola, where you can get the ferry to La Graciosa. And there is the cliffs. And on top is a mirador you can see right the way across. I think it's quite busy today because today is the 6th of January, I think it is. It's the 6th of January, which is Epiphany. And so here on Lanzarote, it's a holiday. And it looks like we've got some weather occurring. Looks like there's a storm coming over, or it might be just rain coming over. But I think it's going to rain pretty soon. This beautiful sun. And then when we go to the north side near Orzola, it looks a little bit dark. In fact, there's a storm coming in. Don't know how big it's going to be, but it's definitely coming in. I think this place would be very quiet on a normal day, but being as it's a bank holiday, there's lots of locals here. Bad thing. And so there's quite a few people here. I think it'll be virtually deserted tomorrow.
Here's a fun fact. Lanzarote's roads are a masterpiece of design, thanks to the island's famous artist and architect, César Manrique. His vision ensured that the island's infrastructure blends seamlessly with its natural beauty, making every drive a visual feast. Keep an eye out for his iconic wind sculptures, which dance gracefully in the breeze. As you continue south, you'll enter the heart of Lanzarote's wine country. The La Geria region is a testament to the island's ingenuity, where vines grow in the black volcanic ash, protected by semicircular stone walls. This unique method of cultivation produces some of the most distinct wines in the world, crisp, mineral-rich whites that reflect the island's volcanic soul. As we approach Playa Blanca, the landscape begins to soften. The rugged volcanic terrain gives way to golden beaches and turquoise waters, a stark contrast to the wild beauty of the north. Playa Blanca itself is a vibrant resort town, known for its palm-lined promenades, bustling marina, and stunning views of the neighbouring island of Fuerteventura. Playa Blanca was once a quiet fishing village, but today it's one of Lanzarote's most popular destinations, and its name means white beach. It comes from the pristine sand that lines its shores.
Playa Blanca sounds a really nice place, but I'm not really that keen. It's very built up. It's very, very commercialised. And this is not too bad, but some nice restaurants, some nice cafes, but very, very commercialised. And we're going to be moving on now to La Santa and the Salinas de Janubio, which we've already been to, but maybe there'll be different light today. Anyway, we like it there, so off we go. This is what Playa Blanca is, more or less. Flats, and then over to here we have a commercial centre. Yeah, not very keen, so I'd be glad to get out of this place, really. Just came for a coffee. Coffee was okay then. In the shopping centres in Playa Blanca, The rest is like holiday rentals and these it's like clubs, you know, the all-inclusive clubs. So we're now on the way to Playa de las Mujeres, along sort of a dirt track road in the middle of nowhere. Although none of the signs say Playa de las Mujeres. There's Papagayo, which is down there. I've already been there. It's a bit like The Beach. You know, the film with Leonardo DiCaprio. It's a bit like that. Nice view from here over to Fuerteventura. And there up ahead is Playa Mujeres, the ladies' beach. So there is Playa Mujeres, the other side of that rocky outcrop is Playa Papagayo, which we went to last year, I think it was. But as I said, it reminds me of a place like The Beach, the film with Leonardo DiCaprio. There in the distance is Fuerteventura. Lovely island. I really like Fuerteventura. Much wilder than Lanzarote. It's actually a bit of surf here. It's a beach break, but
Playa Mujeres isn't just about the beach. Its location is steeped in history. Did you know that the nearby Los Ajajes mountains are one of the oldest parts of Lanzarote, and these ancient volcanic formations date back more than 15 million years and tell the story of the island's fiery beginnings. For those who love adventures, the surrounding trails offer spectacular views and lead to other secluded beaches, perfect for walking or for mountain biking. The park is also a treasure trove of archaeological sites, with remnants of Aboriginal settlements left by the Guanches, Lanzarote's earliest inhabitants. Imagine standing where history was made. And as the sun sets, Playa Mujeres transforms into something even more magical, one of the best places to catch the sunset on the island. The sky explodes with colour, making it a perfect end to a day in paradise. Whether you're a sun seeker, a history buff, someone that likes walking and loves some stunning landscape, Playa Mujeres has something for everyone.
There in the distance is what is called Las Montañas de Fuego, the Mountains of Fire. And as you can see, in the lava fields are here, virtually untouched since the last eruption.
This island, shaped by eruptions and sculpted by wind, is home to one of the most unique agricultural landscapes in the world. Here, amidst the black volcanic gravel, life finds a way to thrive and wine growing becomes an art form. Lanzarote's wine growing history dates back to the 15th century when Spanish settlers first planted vines on the island. But it was the catastrophic Timanfaya eruptions of the 18th century that transformed the landscape and the way wine is made here. Layers of volcanic ash, known as piquant, covered the soil, creating a porous, mineral-rich foundation that would become the lifeblood of Lanzarote's vineyards. Today, Lanzarote's wine region is a marvel of ingenuity. The island is home to over 2,000 hectares of vineyards, producing about 2 million litres of wine annually. But what makes Lanzarote truly special is how the grapes are grown. Instead of traditional rows of vines, farmers plant individual vines in shallow pits, digging through the piquant to reach the fertile soil below. These pits are then surrounded by semicircular stone walls called zocos to protect the vines from the relentless trade winds. The result? A landscape that looks almost lunar, with thousands of small craters dotting the black earth. But within these craters, magic happens. The piquant absorbs moisture from the air, releasing it slowly to the vines below. And this natural irrigation system, combined with the island's warm climate and mineral-rich soil, produces grapes of exceptional quality.
So this is La Santa, which is in the northwest of Lanzarote. I've been to Lanzarote 3 times and I've never been here, but I have now. If you look down there, there's a tiny little entrance into a little tiny sort of port, a little harbour type place, where they bring the boats up this slipway out of the water and they end up here. And it looks like they catch crab and lobster and maybe langoustine. But they'd have to get through that surf, which is pretty amazing. Here are the famous red crabs of Lanzarote. You can see that red crab there, just going away. So the guy with the boats, right, they have to brave this surf. And if you see here, there's like loads of rocks. I might go to the end, or I might just get a little bit closer. You have to brave these rocks. There's just a narrow little channel to the crab family, out for a bit of sunbathing. It's like these guys here are going surfing. It's going to take him through the breakers to the surf spot, I would guess. And there's a grab board on the back where he can get in when he comes off a wave. See how he gets through here. So he's going to go through the same channel that the boats have to come through. Just see the orange helmet of the guy that's going surfing. There's a massive right breaking wave over there, and the jet ski's taking him just the other side of it, so he's going to be, I think he's going to be surfing that one, but we can't see much of him at the moment. Jet skis dropped the surfer off way in the distance, so you can just see his orange helmet. It seems to be quite away from that big break, because the big break is sort of over there. I know, it seems to be, looks like he's on some sort of wakeboard, he's pulling him along. See what he's doing? He's actually pulling him on he's on his board, and he's pulling him into this big break over here, because it's going to be a little bit too hard to actually paddle to get going. Yeah, there you go. He's up on his board, and he's going to pull him with the jet ski onto the takeoff point on the wave, and the wave's straight ahead of him now. We can hardly see him, it's right in the distance. I'm at full zoom here. He's taken off down that big wave.
If you're a fan of the ocean, La Santa is your paradise. Known as one of the best surfing spots on Lanzarote, the waves here are a magnet for surfers from around the globe. Fun fact, this stretch of coastline has earned the nickname the Hawaii of Europe, thanks to its consistent swells and perfect breaks. But La Santa isn't just about the waves, it's also Lanzarote's sporting capital, famous for the triathlon. And also, beyond the sports, La Santa boasts some incredible natural and historic wonders. La Santa's roots lie in fishing. It's a small village which was originally a small fishing community, and while tourism has grown, the locals have stayed true to their maritime heritage. You can still see colourful fishing boats bobbing in the harbour, and the fresh seafood here is authentic as it gets. And as day winds down, La Santa can treat you to some of the most incredible sunsets on the island. Whether you're sitting by the lagoon or perched on a rocky cliff, it's a moment that will leave you speechless. Whether you're here to ride waves, train like a pro, or simply soak in the laid-back charm of this coastal village, one thing's for sure, La Santa is unforgettable. Playa Quemada, a hidden treasure on Lanzarote's southeastern coast. Known for its volcanic black sand, tranquil vibes and rich history, this quiet fishing village is the perfect getaway for those who want to experience the island's more authentic and serene side. The name Playa Quemada literally translates to burnt beach, and it's easy to see why. The black sands here are a striking reminder of Lanzarote's volcanic origins, shaped by ancient eruptions that left their mark on this unique coastline. The peaceful village has deep fishing routes. In fact, Playa Quemada remains one of Lanzarote's most authentic fishing communities. Here life moves at a slower pace, and you can still see fishermen bringing in the catch of the day, much of which ends up in the local restaurants here in Playa Quemada. Speaking of food, it is famous for its fresh, locally caught seafood. Don't leave without trying the grilled octopus or a traditional Lanzarotean stew. Dining here with the sound of the waves and the salty sea breeze is an experience you won't forget. Nestled on the island's northwest coast, Famara is where stunning natural landscapes meet a laid-back bohemian vibe that captures the heart of visitors from all over the world. Famara is a surfer's paradise, and it's easy to see why. With its long stretch of golden sand and consistent Atlantic swells, this beach has become a mecca for surfers, kite surfers and windsurfers. But Famara isn't just for thrill seekers, it's also one of the most breathtakingly scenic spots on the island. The beach stretches for nearly 6 kilometers and it's framed by the dramatic Risco de Famara cliffs. These towering formations not only provide an epic backdrop, but are also home to unique plants and wildlife found nowhere else on Earth. Just a short walk from the beach lies Caleta de Famara, a charming fishing village with whitewashed houses and unpaved streets. And here, life slows right down. The story of Famara begins millions of years ago with volcanic eruptions, like everywhere else virtually on Lanzarote. And the Risco de Famara cliffs are among the oldest geological formations on the island, formed during its fiery beginnings. And if you look closely, you'll see layers of history etched on the rock face. For those who love adventures on the land, the Risco de Famara is also a hiker's dream. Trails along the cliffs offer jaw-dropping views of the ocean, neighbouring islands and the immense beauty of Lanzarote's volcanic landscape.